We are 7 o'clock. So I'd like to call this hearing to order, public hearing to order, and I would also recognize that we are meeting on the traditional territories of the Tishat and Petchesett First Nation, and that we honor and respect that. My name is John McNabb, and the director of Beaver Creek Electoral Area E, and I'd like to introduce you to the ACRD planning staff. First of all, we have Mike Erd, manager of planning services, Kathy MacArthur, planning assistant, and Cheryl Knapp, administrative assistant. This hearing is being held electronically using Zoom and is being recorded and live streamed on our website. Would staff please provide direction and instruction on how to participate in this hearing?
Yeah, thank you, Director McNabb. First of all, I'd like to thank you for participating in this electronic public hearing. If you are watching the live stream on the website and wish to join the meeting, the details on how to connect can be found in the Zoom meeting invite document linked to the public hearing page. We want to start off by highlighting some of the tools in Zoom that will help you participate and talk about our process, which will keep the hearing running smoothly. If you participate online, you have the option to turn on or off your video and mute or unmute your audio so other meeting participants can see you and hear you. These controls are in the bottom left of your screen on a computer or top right on a tablet or smartphone. Please keep your audio muted at all times unless you're going to speak. This will reduce the background noise, which can make it hard for everyone to hear the presentations. There will be an opportunity to speak after staff introduce the application and the applicants provide comments on their proposal. When the chair calls upon any members of the public to comment on the bylaw, we ask that you either put your hand up or call out that you would like to speak. Once you have been recognized by the chair or by staff, we ask that you state your name and address followed by your questions or comments. There is a chat feature accessed from the controls on your screen. If you would like to ask a question at any time, all questions will be addressed by staff during the public hearing. So feel free to ask any questions you would like addressed.
Okay, the subject of this hearing.
Sorry, Director McNabb.
Okay.
We just had a technical issue. Just like to pause for 1 sec.
So believe it or not, Justin, we're all in the same building.
Thank you. So we're just having some technical difficulties with the live stream, but we'll just carry on with the public hearing for the people that are here. So I just had talked about the chat feature. These questions will be brought forward when the chair asks for public comments. There will also be a final opportunity prior to the end of the public hearing to ask any questions or make any comments on the rezoning bylaw. Finally, I want to note again that the public hearing is being live. Well, in this case, it's not being live streamed on the website, but we are making a recording that will be publicly available. Thank you, Director McNabb.
So I'm just concerned about that live streaming, Mike. I don't know if that puts us in compliance.
I think it does. We've had this happen before. I think it's important. We'll just run through the public hearing, and then certainly before we bring it back to the board, we'll just confirm everything's okay to proceed.
All righty then. The subject of this hearing is bylaw P1439. This bylaw is applicable to 6629 Beaver Creek Road and is necessary to facilitate a subdivision proposal. If you have any questions or comments about any other unrelated topic, I would ask that you contact regional district staff after this hearing has been terminated. Would staff now read out the notice of public hearing?
Yeah, so public hearing for bylaw P1439, 6629 Beaver Creek Road. Justin Brooks, property owner. The meeting's being held March 24th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Electronic and call-in public attendance only. Please see below for information. What it is about. A public hearing for residents and property owners within electoral area E, Beaver Creek, will be held to consider bylaw P1439. This bylaw is a zoning atlas amendment to rezone lot 15, district lot 162, Alberni district, plan 1502 from small holdings A1 district to acreage residential RA2 district to facilitate a subdivision proposal. How can I learn more? The public hearing will be held by the Director for Electoral Area E, the alternate director, or the chairperson of the regional district. The board resolution making this delegation, along with bylaw P1439 and relevant background documents, is available for review online at www.acrd.bc.ca/events/24-3-2022 planning staff are available to answer any questions in person, through email, or by phone during normal office hours, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday from March 9th, 2022 to March 24th, 2022, excluding statutory holidays. How can I provide input? During the COVID-19 pandemic, providing an opportunity for public input and safeguarding public health are top priorities for the ACRD. Consider written submissions as an effective means to provide your input. Anyone who feels their interest in property will be affected by the proposed bylaw will be afforded a reasonable opportunity to be heard. Options include participating in the public hearing by electronic means using Zoom video conferencing or teleconferencing, and or submitting correspondence to the ACRD. If you wish to participate in the public hearing electronically or by phone, full instructions to do so are available on our website at www.acrd.bc.ca/events/24-3-2022 or can be provided by contacting planning staff by email at planning@acrd.bc.ca or by phone at 250-720-2700. The public hearing will be recorded on our website and live streamed on our website. Written correspondence can be submitted to the ACRD by one of the following methods: hard copy delivered to the ACRD office in person, in the drop slot, or by mail to the planning department at the address below. Emails sent to planning@acrd.bc.ca before 4 p.m. on March 24th, 2022. Emails correspondence will only be considered received if receipt confirmation is provided by ACRD staff. Fax sent to 250-723-1327 before 4 p.m. March 24th, 2022. Fax correspondence will only be considered received if receipt confirmation is provided by ACRD staff. All correspondence must be received by the ACRD no later than 8 a.m. on March 9th, 2022, and no later than 4 p.m. on March 24th, 2022. Correspondence submitted and or received outside of these parameters will not be included in the public hearing. How do I contact if I have questions? Planning Department, Regional District of Alberni, Clayoquot, 3008 5th Avenue, Port Alberni, BC, B9Y2E3, and the telephone 250-720-2700, fax 250-723-1327, and email planning@acrd.bc.ca. And date of the notice is March 9th, 2022. Thank you.
Okay, the purpose of this public hearing is to receive input, written and verbal, from any person who believes that their interest in property is affected by the bylaw. The Regional District Board will receive full minutes of this hearing before voting on the bylaw. Staff is taking minutes that summarize the issues raised. Please speak clearly to ensure accuracy. Would staff please introduce the proposal?
Yes, thank you, Dr. McNabb. So the property owner is applying to rezone his 2.02 hectare or 5-acre property to acreage residential RA2 district, which has a minimum parcel size of 1 acre. To facilitate a subdivision of a 1 acre minimum lot size, the applicant intends to subdivide the property into 2 parcels, one approximately 3.5 acres. This will be a vacant parcel at the rear of the property assessed via panhandle, and the remainder approximately 1.5 acre parcel with the existing house and improvements adjacent to Beaver Creek Road. The existing residence is accessed from Beaver Creek Road. The proposed new lot would also be accessed from Beaver Creek Road via a 10-meter wide panhandle proposed along the southern boundary of the property. The final lot layout would be determined at the subdivision stage. Due to the proximity of Clustead Creek and the limited sight lines along Beaver Creek Road, it may be advisable to recommend a shared driveway access for the existing and proposed lots. The Beaver Creek Official Community Plan designates the property as residential use. The objective of this land use designation is to provide a range of housing options within the plan area. The residential use designation supports a 2.02 a 0.24 hectare or 0.6 acre minimum lot size for lot serviced by community or communal water or sewer. The lots would be connected to Beaver Creek Water System and receive fire protection service by Beaver Creek Volunteer Fire Department. The applicant has engaged with a registered on-site wastewater practitioner and has arranged an assessment of the subject property within the next few days. A report will be provided confirming the capability of the land to accommodate an on-site sewage disposal of 1 acre density. Confirmation of the sewage capabilities will be required as a condition of adoption of the bylaw. 3 referral agency comments were received, one from the Ministry of Transportation, the ACRD Community Services Department, and the ACRD Building Inspector, which noted no objections, interests unaffected, or recommended approval, subject to conditions outlined in the response. The referral agency comments are available for viewing on the ACRD website. And I would just also note that no public correspondence was received prior to the public hearing. Thank you.
Okay, Justin, you got anything to add to that?
Not really. That's pretty much covered everything. I got Glenn Gibson coming here tomorrow at noon for the waste disposal thing, and that's about it.
Okay.
So
So we'd now hear from members of the public. I don't know if we've got anybody on. Doesn't look like we've got.
Oh, there's a Larry Hodgson has his hand up.
Okay, so would anybody like to speak with regards to this application?
Hello, yeah, Larry Hodgson.
So would anybody like to speak?
Everything is being repeated at such a fast rate here. There's technical difficulties in this programming that it's very unclear and I can't hear anything. It's
So
just a bunch
Larry,
of echoing going on, and
Larry,
yeah,
you're showing up on our screen twice, so you must have a phone, using a phone or another device and your computer, and it's creating feedback in your for you. So you must have a phone, using a phone or another device and your computer, and it's creating feedback in your for you.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Thank you very much for that. I apologize. Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We're getting feedback as well, but we can hear you if you have a question.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
We're getting feedback as well, but we can hear you if you have a question.
Yeah. So could you repeat, please, the lot sizes that it's going to be breaking down to?
Certainly. So one lot is proposed to be approximately 3.5 acres, and the other lot is proposed to be 1.5 acres. So one lot is proposed to be approximately 3.5 acres, and the other lot is proposed to be 1.5 acres.
Okay, so it's subdividing into 2 lots, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Subdividing into 2 lots, is that correct?
That's correct.
I have no further questions.
Okay, thank you. If you could, oh, you've muted it. Thank you, Larry.
Okay, so I got a couple of questions with regards to the water courses on site. So how do they play into this, Mike?
Yeah, so if the rezoning bylaw proceeds and gets adopted at the subdivision stage, they would be Justin or the applicant would be required to submit development permits from a biobiologist, just assessing, what measures need to happen to protect the stream. That happens at the subdivision stage.
Okay, so the other question I had was with regards to the new zoning bylaw and home industry, light industry. So the way this is right now, it would qualify for home industry, but once it's subdivided, it won't. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes. Yeah. So it's a 5 acre minimum parcel for the home industry.
Okay, so I know where I'm here. So I guess we'll ask this formally, that if there's anybody else that is out there that wishes to speak to this, being as I can't see anybody else.
We don't have any, nobody submitted any questions through the chat, Director McDowell.
Okay, already. And would staff or the applicant like to add anything else to this at this point?
I don't have anything else to add.
Okay, appreciate it. Staff?
No, I don't have anything else to add
Okay.
either, Director McDowell.
Okay, so please be advised that the board of directors, including me.
Sorry to interrupt, Director McNabb. Larry Hodgson has his hand up again.
Oh, okay, sorry, I can't see his hand, so go ahead, Larry.
Thank you. A lot of feedback still, but I just want some clarity here. So we're talking about 6 acres in total, and he's subdividing. Justin, you're subdividing 2 lots. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's only 5 acres
5 acres
going into 2.
going into 2. Justin, you're subdividing 2 lots. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's only 5 acres
5 acres
going into 2.
going into 2. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks, Larry.
okay, so again, please be advised that
Oh,
the members of the board of directors cannot receive any new information related to this bylaw between the end of this hearing and making the decision on the bylaw next board meeting at April 13th. If any board member does so, the hearing would be invalidated and have to be held again. So that includes me. So got any questions, ask staff, don't contact me. So that's a provincial regulation. So it's not something that comes from the regional district itself. With that in mind, does anybody else have any final comments? Don't see any hands waving in the air. So I'll call for the first time for any further representations on this bylaw. I'll call for a second time for any further representations on this bylaw. And I'll call a third time for any further representations on the bylaw. So hearing no further comments, I declare this meeting terminated. Thank you very much.
And Justin, this will go to the April 13th board meeting. Yeah.
Okay.
And so myself or Alex or Kathy will follow up after that.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Bye.